My name is Chad Mossholder, and I'm a composer, sound designer, working in video game, film, experimental electronic music, and art installation work, and looking to move more into do some television work. I'm hoping that can happen. I like to explore experimental electronic music, and I collaborate with a very good friend of mine, Mark America, who's just a brilliant artist. He's started as a writer and moved his way into visual art, and we've shown work together all around the world in, I mean, big museums like the Louvre and modern art museums and like lots of cool stuff. So that project's called Twine, and we released records on many different record labels. And one of them was Ghostly Records International, which is out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. Great label for really cool electronic music. They kind of made that licensing deal for us, where these people were looking for some music, and they sent them our stuff. So I started looking for a video game job that was audio related. And for some reason it had just never dawned on me to do that. I don't know why, but finally it clicked. Oh, you should do this. So I went online, did some research, and I found a startup game company in Boulder, Colorado. Really cool, and it was really bizarre that I got in the games industry on my first attempt. My very first one that I applied to, I got the job. So I don't know that you can do that anymore, but that was lucky. It was a total shock that day, but you know, you roll with it and you say, okay, so that's the end of that chapter. Now I'm moving on to this chapter. And maybe I wanted to get to this point, you know, maybe just not so soon, but now I'm here and now I'm gonna make it work. So you go into like survival mode instantly, like gotta do this, do this. Like I've done so much stuff. Like I feel like, I mean, I was always busy at Sony, but I feel like I'm busier now, because I'm like, every morning it's like, get up, go through the job listings, and then, you know, look if anybody's looking for freelance work, and then email people, you know, and then on top of that, follow up on my CDs that I'm submitting, you know, that's my own stuff. And then it's just kind of cool though, being your own. I like managing my own time and like deciding what project I'm going to work on when. That's pretty cool, and I could get used to that. And now I'm pursuing freelance, you know, really want to pursue freelance opportunities, because of course when you work for a game company, or your contract limits you to the things that you can do outside of the company. So now it's like instant freedom. It's like, wow, I can work on anything I want, which is really great. You know, I was never limited with my artistic stuff, you know, with Mark and Greg, but just if I wanted to work on another game project, I could do it. I would grow my freelance business and pursue doing more film and television and still games. So just continue to create that work, and then I'd still do my own art installation work with Mark. I mean, nothing would really change, I think. So when I was laid off, it was the thing that worried me the most was health insurance, you know, because I have a family. So it's like, oh, that's what I've got to take care of, is the health insurance, you know, because we're in a good position. We've already paid for my daughter's school, and so she's all good for the year. So, you know, it was really that what do we do about health insurance? Now, Sony's been very nice in helping us make that transition. I can go comfortably, you know, 6 months to a year, if I'm frugal, and see what happens. So I'm not super stressed yet, and like I said, I've been doing my job searches, and then when I finish that in the morning, I come up here and I work on my work on my music. Yeah, I think so. Like if I knew that I could have the health insurance in place for my family, and then then I think that would be enough, because I know that I can bring in enough income along the way to do everything else. Probably not yet. it's it's interesting. You know, it's easy to get comfortable in a situation. My dad, when I was young, was always like, you can do whatever you want to do. Make sure you're doing what you want to do and that you're happy, you know. And he always pushed me to was always encouraging to do that. And you know, don't do something you don't want to do. Just do what you love. And I was really like, I'm like so grateful that he was that way. And so I was like, all right, I want to do music. Well, then you should do music. You know, that's what you should be doing. So super supportive, both my mom and dad. So very cool, and my brother. So parenting is important.